Have you ever pictured yourself standing right at the front of a U.S. classroom, sharing everything you know, your culture? For so many amazing teachers in Kenya, that can feel like a world away, right? But what if I told you there's an official U.S. government program designed to do just that, to build that very bridge? Okay, let's get into it.
So first things first, what is this thing actually called? Its official name is Bridge USA. Now, this is the J-1 Exchange Visitor Program, and look, this isn't some brand new idea. It's actually rooted in the Fulbright-Hays Act all the way back in 1961. The whole point, its core mission, has always been promoting real, mutual understanding between people in the United States and people from all over the world. And just to be clear, this isn't some private venture. This is the real deal, cultural exchange at a national level.
All right, so to really kick things off, let's get a feel for the big picture. Just how big of a deal is this Bridge USA program anyway? Just look at that number, 300,000. That's how many people participate every single year, from nearly 200 different countries. So yeah, this is not some tiny niche program. We're talking about a massive global undertaking that really shows you how committed the US is to this idea of international connection. And who are these 300,000 people? Well, as you can see, it's a pretty diverse crowd. You've got everyone from university students to camp counselors, but for our purposes today, we are zeroing in on that very first category, teachers. That's the opportunity, that's the pathway we're going to explore right now. So what does this actually look like for a certified teacher from Kenya? What would your role be in an American classroom? Let's break that down. Well, it's pretty straightforward. The Bridge USA Teacher Program lets you teach full-time in an accredited primary or secondary school for up to 5 years. That's a serious chunk of time, a really significant long-term chance to dive deep both professionally and culturally. And this is absolutely crucial. Your job isn't just about teaching your subject. You kind of have a dual role. Yes, of course, you're a full-time teacher, but just as importantly, you are a cultural ambassador. The program really expects you to share Kenyan traditions, maybe organize some cultural activities, and just bring your unique perspective right into that school community. And that brings us to the real heart of it. Why is there so much emphasis on this cultural sharing piece? What's the fundamental mission that's driving this whole thing? And there it is. This one powerful sentence is what it's all about. The entire program is built on this mission. It's about creating those person-to-person connections that foster genuine understanding, breaking down stereotypes and building relationships that can really last a lifetime.
This whole idea is what's called cultural diplomacy, and the impact is huge. For the U.S. students, what a chance to learn about Kenya directly from you. But let's talk about what's in it for you. This is an incredible opportunity for professional development. We're talking new teaching methods, different classroom technologies. You're building skills that are going to be so valuable when you return home. It really does strengthen connections on every level, from global to personal.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit. We've talked about the why, now let's get into the what's next. If you're seriously thinking about this, there are some very recent and really important updates for the 2025-2026 cycle that you absolutely need to know.
Let's walk through these. First, the good news. As of June 18, 2025, U.S. embassies are back to doing J-1 visa interviews. That's fantastic. However, be aware of a new screening rule. They're now requiring applicants to set their social media profiles to public for review. And finally, just a practical heads up. Be patient. You should probably expect longer processing times and maybe some extra screening when you arrive, so just make sure you plan accordingly. So, we've covered what Bridge USA is, the huge opportunity it offers teachers, and the very latest updates. This is a real, tangible path. So the question really just turns back to you now. And I want to leave you with this question to think about. Beyond the curriculum, beyond the lesson plans, what's that one piece of Kenyan culture? A story, a tradition, maybe a perspective that you would be most excited to share with your new students? Because that, right there, is the heart of this entire journey. That's your unique contribution to this big mission of mutual understanding. Have